This is not a video about what clothes to wear, how to do your makeup, how to do your hair in order to become more classy. That is a form of seeking external validation, which is not what we're about on this channel. Hi, I'm Alice. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about how to elevate your life towards abundance through both practical action and spirituality. To me, being a classy woman is all about the standards that you hold for yourself. Who you surround yourself with, who you allow into your life, how you allow other people to treat you, the type of habits that you instill into your everyday life, how we take care of ourselves. I mean, you could buy the right things, dress the way that you think a classy woman should dress based on your perception of, I don't know, social media or that old money kind of aesthetic. You can have the perfectly curated social media page, but none of that is what makes you a classy woman. Her thoughts and her actions match her standards. So this video is about how to achieve that and shift into that energy. Number one, spending time on your passion and your hobbies and your interests. You don't say yes to the things that make you uncomfortable or do something that you don't want to do. Even with work, you don't accept a job that makes you feel unhappy or unmotivated. Don't allow yourself to be in an environment that makes you feel drained or allow yourself to be treated with disrespect from managers, from coworkers, anybody that makes you feel like you are not in a supportive environment where you can actively grow. Now, obviously things are hard when it's like, okay, well, I need this job, I need to make ends meet, but you should be actively doing things in order to get yourself out of that situation, building your skill set, building your resume to make sure that you highlight that skill set, strengthening your interview skills, looking at job sites every single day, looking for something else to get you out of that situation instead of just accepting it and saying, well, this is just how life is. If you maintain that mindset, then sure, you're going to be stuck there and you're going to spend the rest of your life being miserable. A classy, elevated woman would not allow that to be her situation. She is going to search for a job that has good benefits, that pays her worth, is surrounded by a supportive team, has a boss that is interested in facilitating a supportive and positive work environment. Or she even just becomes her own boss if she's not able to find that. You might write down what you specifically like and what you don't like about your career if you feel unhappy going down that path. So you can really try to narrow down what it is that you want to do and how you feel your skills fit into that. If you feel like this is just so unattainable, realize where your expenses are going. Are you eating out more than you should? Are you buying unnecessary things instead of saving your money in order to get out of this job that you don't like and into something that you do? You want to discover who you are and your interests and finding a job that aligns to that and learning about yourself constantly. Trying new things, taking risks while still being financially smart and practical, finding the balance that works for your individual situation. Hold yourself accountable and give yourself a time frame. Within this amount of weeks, I'm going to do this. I have a plan. I'm going to write down exactly what I'm going to be doing each and every single day in order to change my situation. If you are not happy with your current situation, if you need help, I do have a luxury living planner linked down below in my description. Everyone you let into your life is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, because even when it comes to things that you feel like you have to do, like your job, like going to school, types of friends you choose, the type of men you let into your life, it is all a reflection of you. Be really mindful of how you allow other people to treat you and think about how it is that you are treating yourself, whether how you speak to yourself. A classy woman reflects on why she allowed a certain toxic person into her life. We all also want to give the benefit of the doubt and think that other people, they do care about me, that he cares about me, and one day he'll change. But are you continuing to allow this behavior and make excuses and saying, okay, well, like one day it might be different and then it doesn't, and allowing those patterns to keep going on and on and on? A classy woman will reflect on the patterns that she keeps finding herself in and then makes a change to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Make sure to take your lessons that you are being given, learn them, and move on. Don't stay stuck in those same patterns. You need to make sure to move on into the next phase of your life. That is elevating, that is leveling up. You don't want to stay stagnant. Number two, self-validation versus seeking external validation through things like social media. A classy woman doesn't care about what social media is telling her or what other people are telling her how she should be. Changing yourself to fit in, to be just like everybody else, unless you actually like the product. Okay, I love a good trend every now and then because something's cute, I like it, and so yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and purchase it. But you want to be very intentional about where your money is going, and are you actually buying that because you like it and you're going to use it, or are you just getting it because everybody else has it and that's like the current cool thing to do? You're not acting and wearing things to meet other people's expectations. You are wearing what you wear because it makes you feel good and confident, and that's what truly matters, not picking a dress because everybody else has the same exact dress. Overall, a classy woman does not compare herself to others. Number 3, she controls her emotions and her triggers. Now, I am not saying to bottle things up and not express your honest feelings and your honest emotions. And I'm not saying that you should never express when you are angry and sad, but I think it is very important to really reflect on why you are feeling that way and where that is coming from. Notice what exactly is making you angry and why you are responding to certain things in a certain sort of way. For example, if you tend to revert to yelling at somebody when you're angry, where is that coming from? Did your parents yell at you a lot when you were younger? And so that's kind of how you are able to express yourself, and realize that, is that actually productive when you're communicating with other people? Do you feel that you are actually getting your point across when you are yelling, or is that just a pattern that you are continuing to do that again just is not productive? Same with crying too. Are you actually able to communicate what it is that is making you sad to the other person, or are you simply not saying exactly what's going on and just simply crying? And of course, like, it's definitely harder because when our emotions are so strong and our nervous system is so out of whack, that's all we can do in the moment, right? But that's why you want to be able to try to control them a little more. Do you call people mean names? Do you later realize that, oh, I regret saying that one thing, or it was in the moment, I didn't mean to say those things. In the moment, you say all of these things and it feels right. It's like a relief almost to get it all out. But then later on, if you end up regretting that and regretting those words and thinking, oh, well, I actually didn't mean it, and that's a continuous thing that you're doing, think about that for a second. Write it down, journal it out, realize, okay, what was the trigger word that the other person said that made me start acting that way? You're not a bad person. You need to actually confront those things, because everybody's just trying the best that they can based on their individual circumstances. So yeah, just like noticing it. And it's going to be continuous work, because when you're angry and sad and your emotions are just like overriding everything, we're going to go ahead and go that way first. But a classy woman is really going to take a breath, pause before letting that emotion take over. And maybe the first time, the first couple times, the first 100 times, you're not going to fully get there. But at least maybe the next time that you're angry, you have the thought. You have the thought of, oh, I'm angry right now. This is why I'm angry. And now I'm yelling and saying mean things. And maybe you still yell and say the mean things, and that's okay. But, that's the next time. And then the next time after that, you think, oh, I think I'm about to say those mean things. Let me take a deep breath first, pause, and then, okay, I still said the mean things, but whatever, okay? And then the next time, okay, I'm going to say a mean thing. How about I just don't say the mean thing and I just walk away? And then that time you walk away, And then maybe you end up walking back, but that's okay. And then the next time you actually walk away. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's these little steps of little tiny differences that are going to get easier and easier and easier the more you practice them. And it's not going to be perfect right away. It's not going to be linear. You might revert back to those old patterns of how you act, but it just takes practice, and it's just about noticing. And then after a fight, I think it's so helpful after, when you are angry or sad or whatever, to write it down. And that's the best piece of advice I can give you, is journaling it out for sure. Express how you feel and be honest about those feelings without putting other people down and allowing your emotions to overtake and overcome you so much to the point where you're not even properly expressing and communicating what is bothering you. A classy woman is able to communicate with others in a mature and productive way, and she also expects other people to be able to communicate with her in a mature way as well. So vice versa too. Who are you allowing into your life who is yelling at you, is screaming at you, is, I don't know, just saying mean things towards you, and you're just allowing that behavior to exist? I mean, maybe then it causes you to yell back, and your excuse is saying, well, they yelled at me first, they called me mean names first, so, you know, I'm not going to allow them to treat me that way, so I'm just going to do it back. That is not classy woman behavior. She is not going to stoop down to the behavior of other people just because they do it first, just because they tried to fight you first or whatever. Yeah, process your emotions, journal, talk to a friend about the situation, walk away from situations that don't match that. A classy woman does not stay in toxic relationships, a toxic workplace environment, maintains toxic friendships even though they've been friends for years. If a classy woman engages in bad habits like gossiping, talking down about others, maybe looking at gossip pages on social media, if she notices that she's doing those types of things, she reflects on it. Because again, we all make mistakes and it's difficult not to do those types of things, but just think about it. Again, like journal about it, talk to a friend about it, just really sit and like not be on your phone and just think about it for a couple minutes. A classy woman wonders where that came from and how she can do better next time. Okay, number 4, I think keeping up with your boundaries. If you missed my video about people pleasing, that is the one I uploaded right before this one. A classy woman is not nice to other people simply to get other people to like you. You have good intentions, right? You want other people to like you. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be accepted and a part of the group. That's completely fine, but you shouldn't have to change who you are in order to get other people to like you. A classy woman keeps her promises, especially to herself. Let's say you said that you were going to go to the gym this week and then you didn't. You broke your promise. Every time you do that, you are slowly losing trust in yourself, and if you can't trust yourself, you have nothing. I think of it the same way as I would with a friend. If a friend keeps promising that they are going to hang out with me and they keep saying, yeah, this day we're going to go do this and this and this and this, whatever, and then at the very last minute they flake and they don't show up, that's going to make me feel some sort of way about that friend. I'm going to stop trusting them as much. I'm going to stop expecting so much from them. I'm going to think, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to invite them to this anymore because they didn't show up the last couple times. That's the same thing with yourself. It's like you're telling yourself like, oh, I don't trust myself anymore to go to the gym, so I'm not even going to set that expectation to go to the gym because the last couple times I failed myself. You don't want to continuously make excuses that you're too tired and that you don't have time. Do what works for you and your situation. If you feel like you have to wake up a little bit earlier to go, do that. If you feel like you're so tired and you can't make it, just go anyways and do a very simple workout. Even if you just walk in, do like one set of something and then walk out, at least you showed up. Because usually what tends to happen, honestly, is it's like, okay, the hardest part is just getting there. Like, just go and getting there, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to do like this one little thing, and then your mindset is going to shift and you're going to think, well, I'm already here, I might as well do my entire workout. Have so much respect for yourself that you stop lying to yourself when you say you're going to do something and then you don't. A classy woman is actively making sure that she is working towards her goals, and she will do anything to make sure that she accomplishes those goals. Even if she's not actively doing something, she's planning. She's thinking in her head, okay, like, what am I going to strategically do in order to get there? Even when scrolling social media, she's not scrolling social media just to be entertained. She's scrolling social media because she's getting ideas for herself. For example, what I've been doing a lot is researching how other people are editing their content in order to make my content better and more consumable to a broader audience. So I'm not just scrolling, and it may look like I am, but in my head, I am really planning out, okay, let me see the way that she edits this. How can I do that? Okay, so I'm going to look up now a video on how to edit in that specific formatting. What software is she using? Where is she getting her music? What equipment is she using? What microphone is that? What camera is that? Doing research on different types of cameras. You know what I mean? I'm not just consuming because I saw a funny cat video, or I'm looking up different places that I can go, different workshops that I can go to. I'm using my phone as a tool for me to get somewhere else. I'm not using it simply as a tool for my own personal entertainment. That is what everybody is doing. And a classy woman is not like everybody. Again, going back to keeping promises to yourself. If you said you were going to do something like going to school, take the first step to register for school. If you said you were going to start a business and then you don't, what's the first step to starting a business? Maybe creating a business card or a social media Instagram, or creating that Instagram for your business. Going on that first date, say you really want a boyfriend, but then every time it gets closer and closer to actually going on a date, you flake on that person because you just feel like not going, or you got nervous, or whatever the case may be. She's not scrolling for hours for no reason. She's not worried about how she's going to be perceived and what other people may be thinking about her. She doesn't have time for that. Or if she is worried about what other people are thinking of her, she does the thing anyways, and she learns to get used to it and comfortable to that feeling, so that way it doesn't hold her back from her goals and ambitions and dreams. What behavior you accept from yourself is the stepping stone of what behaviors you accept from other people. If you're talking to yourself negatively all the time, chances are that's why you're allowing this boyfriend in your life to talk negatively towards you as well. You are setting this lifestyle. A classy woman wants to learn from other people. She treats other people with respect just as much as she treats herself with respect. Next one, number 5. She wants to learn about other people, so she listens to everyone else's thoughts and ideas. She doesn't allow only herself to be the voice of the room. You want to be confident, and I truly don't think that there's no such thing as having too much confidence, but you also want to make sure that you are leaving space for other people, listening to others, letting other people speak and have time to speak their piece as well. Checking in on others, being careful not to boast and brag about all these amazing things that are coming into your life, but also genuinely wanting to connect. A classy woman does not speak so much about herself that she doesn't allow space for other people. She's not trying to portray an image of herself in order to make herself seem better, or in order to get other people to like her. You know, I'm sure all of us have come across people who talk and talk and talk and talk so much, and all these things that they say sound so great and so cool and so amazing, but in the back of your head you're thinking, oh my gosh, I do not want to be around this person anymore, because all they do is talk about themselves. You can tell they're super confident and they're super great, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to connect with that person. And so that is causing you, if you're like that, to lose out on so many opportunities and so many potential friendships. Some people might be using this as a way to validate themselves, to say, look at all the things that I've accomplished, I'm saying it out loud, and now you guys see it too, and I want you guys to validate me in a way. That is a form of insecurity for sure, and you want to be able to find that self-validation for yourself, not getting it and getting it from other people in order to make yourself feel better. A classy woman is confident, but she doesn't have to shout it out so other people can hear her. It shows up in the ways that she carries herself, in the action she takes, in the way that she walks into a room with her head held high and her shoulders back. She goes up to people and speaks to the people that she wants to talk to. She's not scared of thinking, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to talk to that person, what if they think I'm weird? No, she just goes up and talks to them because she wants to. If others judge her for that, then she knows that those aren't the types of people that are meant to be in her life, and that's okay, they're not for her. She puts herself in rooms and environments where she knows that she should be in, and she just takes pride in that. She takes pride in herself, she takes pride in her appearance. She makes sure, in those types of ways too, to do her hair, to do her makeup, to pick out her outfit that makes her feel good, because I think those things definitely play a part as well in how you feel about yourself. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to choose grace, move with intention, and elegance as a mindset. I will see you all in my next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone.